Good morning and welcome back. Day 337 of our 365 days of Bible study. We are continuing to look at those bits of the story of Jesus and the things that he taught, which appear only in St. Luke's Gospel and nowhere else. And today, the wonderful story of the 10 lepers, Luke chapter 17, verses 11 to 19. I'll turn you around so you can read my translation of it with me. Something happened on his way to Jerusalem. He was on his way through Samaria and Galilee when he went into a village and was met by 10 lepers. They stood some distance away from him and called out, "Jesus, Master, show us some pity." Jesus saw them and said, "Go and show yourselves to the clergy." As they went, they were cleansed. Now, when one of them realized that he had been healed, he turned back loudly praising God. He fell down at Jesus' feet with his face to the ground and said thank you to him. This one was a Samaritan. Jesus said, "Weren't there 10 of you who were cleansed? Where are the other 9? Didn't any of them come and praise God for this, except this foreigner?" And Jesus said to him, "Up you get. Go on your way. Your faith has saved you." Once again, Luke is keeping an eye on his non-Jewish readership. His main point here is that you don't have to be of Jewish origin or to have studied Judaism as a God-fearing Gentile to be able to receive the grace of God from Jesus Christ. The cleansing of the lepers comes from God. Amongst the Jews, it is a healing that has to be certified by the Jerusalem priesthood, for all the lepers who are Jewish must be declared disease-free by a priest, according to the law of Moses, before they can re-enter society. So, the majority of these lepers who appear to have been Jewish presumably were setting off to find somebody in a priestly family who could do that for them. It was more important to them to fulfill the law, what the law required, than it was to thank either Jesus or God for the healing that they had received. Now, in your bedside Bible, this story probably ends with the thankful leper, i.e. the non-Jewish one, being told by Jesus, "Your faith has healed you," or "Your faith has made you well." In the original text of St. Luke, what Jesus actually says is, "Your faith has saved you." Saved you. Being saved was more than being healed. Being saved is a new relationship with God and a new realization of what the grace of God actually means. For Luke and his Gentile readers, the most delightful aspect of this story was that this Samaritan was enthusiastic about his healing and eager to say thank you. By doing this, of course, he showed up his Jewish fellow sufferers, and by doing that, Jesus has given Luke's readers a foretaste of what was to come, the opening up of God's kingdom to the Gentiles, and eventually, of course, to us. Well, tomorrow we meet a favourite character, Zacchaeus, the short man, and Luke shows us what being thankful to God really means. I'll see you tomorrow.